Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Design with Ruzbe. Continuing with CSWA Practice Problems, today we'll work on question 5.7. In this question, unit of measurement is millimeter gram second. Like always, we need to ensure we are using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now, looking at this geometry, we have the front view of the geometry here. We have detail A, 3D model, and also section B. My preference is to start with a long cylinder. I'm going to focus on the major part of this geometry, which is a cylinder. And then I'm going to add this feature, the top feature. Next, I'm going to make this cutout, and finally, I do the small task like making the final cutout and this hole. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first thing first, we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is the correct unit of measurement. Now, I click on a sketch, and I choose front plane. So here, we need a cylinder, and in order to make a cylinder, we need a circle. So I click on circle command, and then here, I make a circle. Looking at section B, you can find the diameter of this circle. This diameter of the circle should be 8 millimeter. So I click on the smart dimension, and here I add the dimension. Now, looking at the front view, we know that the overall length of this cylinder should be 80 millimeters. So I click on feature, click on extrude bus, and then here I'm going to extend this for 80 millimeters. Awesome. So now we have the main part of the geometry. Next step, I'm going to add the head of this geometry. So let's click on the sketch, and then let's select this surface. And then here, I'm going to make another circle. According to section B, the diameter of the circle should be 12 millimeters. So this is 12. Also, according to front view, we can see that the thickness we need is going to be 3 millimeters. So I click on feature, click on extrude bus, and then here I'm going to extend this for 3 millimeters. Awesome. So now we have this part of the geometry made. Next step, we need to make a long cutout along the axis of this cylinder. In order to make that, I click on a sketch, and I select this surface because I want to start from this surface. Now, all we need to do is to make this sketch on this plane. So I click on circle command, and then first I'm going to make this circle. Of course, the diameter of the circle is same as the previous cylinder that we have, which is 8 millimeters. Next, let's make some center line here to make our life easier. And then I'm going to have some sort of shape like this, something like this. Okay. Now, according to section B, you can see that the distance between these two lines should be 3 millimeters. Also, we want these two lines to be symmetric. So I click on the top line, I hold control, click on the center line, and I keep holding control, and then I select this one. And from the options here, I'm going to choose symmetric. Okay. Next, we click on the smart dimension. Same thing for this part. So I click on blue line, I click on the center line. I know that this should be 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5 millimeters. The other option, if you remember I explained this in the previous videos, you can simply go to the other side of this symmetry line, and SolidWorks automatically detects that you have a symmetric object. So it gives you a distance between this line, the blue line, and the symmetry object on the other side. So I click here, and this should be 3 millimeters. Same for the other one. Click on it, and this should be 3. So now the geometry is fully defined. I can simply use mirror command to make the rest of the geometry. So from the sketch tab, I'm going to click on mirror entities, and for entities to mirror, I select this one, this line, and this line, and for mirror line, I can simply select this vertical line. Click on OK. So now we're ready to make the extrude cut feature. In order to do this, we click on feature, click on extrude cut, and then here I'm going to choose the contour. So this is the first one, second one, third one, and a fourth one. Reverse the direction. Now, if you look at the front view, you can see that we need to extend this cutout for a specific length. The length is going to be 80 millimeter minus 13 millimeter. So what I can do here, I can put 80 minus 13 millimeter. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's what we want to have here for our geometry. Okay, so now we go for the last step. The last step is to make one cutout here and a hole. So all I need to do, I need to click on a sketch, click on a sketch, click on this surface. Now, if you look at detail 8, you can clearly see that the width of the cutout should be equal to diameter of the hole. And because we have 3 millimeter hole, the width of the cutout should be 3 millimeters. So I click on line command, and then I make a line here. Click on the smart dimension, and this length should be 3 millimeter. We also need this side. So in order to change the entity to a sketch, I remember I mentioned this in one of the video, you can go to a sketch command, and then from the options you can click on convert entities. This command changes the entity into a sketch. So I simply click on the line, the circle selected, click on OK, and now you can see I have a black line shown here, which is the sketch. Now all I need to do is to use extrude cut feature to cut this part. So go to feature, click on extrude cut, and then here you have the option to select the contour. And of course I need to select only this contour. Select it. According to detail A, the depth that I need is going to be 11 millimeters. So I change the length to 11, and that's it. Okay, so now we made a cutout. Last step is to make a hole in this cutout. According to detail A, you can see that the diameter of the hole should be 3 millimeter and the depth should be 4 millimeters. So let's click on the sketch, and select this surface. Here, click on circle command, and of course, we are gonna have a circle like this. The diameter should be 3 millimeter. The distance between the center point of the circle and this edge should be 5 millimeter. Okay, so now we have this circle, but it's not fully defined. And the reason is because we didn't define the location in the y-axis. So all you need to do is to add a constraint and make it fully defined. In order to do that, right-click on this line and select midpoint. This command in SolidWorks helps you with selecting the midpoint of a line. So now you see this midpoint is selected, hold Control, select the center point of the circle, and from the relations here, I'm going to choose horizontal. And now the circle is fully defined. Last step is to use extrude cut command. So click on feature, click on extrude cut, and then here the depth should be 4 millimeters. So this is 4 millimeter. Click on OK, and that's it. Okay, awesome. So now we have the final geometry made. It's time to check the total volume and make sure that this is a correct model. Let's go back to the question and check the total volume. In the question, you can see the total volume is 3,494 cubic millimeters. Let's go back to the model that we have and check the total volume. In the model, in order to check the volume, you can go to Evaluate tab and then click on Mass Properties. And in here, you can see the total volume. The total volume is 3,493.9 cubic millimeters. If you round up this number, you're going to get exactly the same answer as shown in the question. This is showing us that our model is correct and there's no problem with it. Okay, awesome. I think that's a wrap for this video. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Ruzbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next videos.